Welcome back to the Engineerable channel. In this video, we're going to check out the GEL ZONE Pro Kratos. This is made by the same people who brought us the Strike Pulsar Pro, which is an awesome blaster and loved by many. It's made by the creators of DART ZONE, which are well known in the foam flinging arena. This looks a lot like a downsized version of the Pulsar Pro. Here's a picture of the Pulsar Pro, and here's the Kratos. The newest cool addition to this is that it can use glow-in-the-dark gel balls. It looks like it has a glow magazine, which I'm curious if that can also be used with the Pulsar Pro. I know that on the other new blaster, the Stratus Pro, it says that the 1200 round magazine also works with the Pulsar Pro. So I want to see if this magazine also works with that. That'd be cool if they keep them all cross-compatible. So let's take a quick look at the features that they list on the box. It's got an extendable stock. It's got a rail with adjustable sights on it. It has a 500 round magazine. Looks like it's side loading. This is the battery cover here. The nozzle comes with eyewear, charger, batteries, hydration pouch, and 10,000 gel beads. It looks like you get both glow-in-the-dark and regular gel beads. So enough about that. Let's take a look at what's in the box. So we've got the instruction manual here. The main thing to pay attention to with gel blasters is make sure you hydrate your gel beads properly. They need to hydrate in water for at least 4 hours to be the correct size of about 7.5 millimeters. If you have hard water, that means water with a lot of minerals in it, they're not going to grow large enough, and you may need to use distilled water or purified water to grow your gel beads. So if the gel balls aren't firing as far out of your blaster as you would expect, if they're just dropping out of the barrel, rolling out of the barrel, then they're not big enough, and you need to either grow them longer or you need to use distilled or purified water. And when you're done playing, make sure that you empty out your magazine and you release the last gel balls from there. Otherwise, they will shrink in there and possibly get stuck and jam up and make it difficult for you to play in the future. So this is some interesting packaging in here. Rather than having the plastic insert, everything's like tied down with these little bungee things. So here's everything laid out that the Kratos gel blaster comes with. So you have the main blaster body, the rear stock, magazine, the battery, which is a 7.4 volt, 1800 milliamp hour lithium ion battery with a nice XT30 connector. GEL ZONE and Strike use the best connectors of all these blasters I've seen. This is a good, high quality, high current connector. Much better than the other stuff that they use. We've got the USB charger. This is a fairly generic charger that goes to the 3 pins on the battery, since it's a 2S battery. This battery charger has an output of 7.4 volt and claims to have a current output of 1000 milliamps. In theory, that means it will output 1000 milliamps per hour, so 1000 milliamp hours, and this battery is 1800 milliamp hours. So in theory, it should charge in 1.8 hours, so almost 2 hours. In reality, it's probably going to take 2 to 3 hours to fully charge the battery. You got some El Cheapo safety glasses. Highly recommend some nice goggles to use instead. This gel hydration pouch. I find this thing kind of a pain to use. I prefer to use a bottle of some sort or the gel blaster hydration thing. So it comes with 5,000 regular gel balls and 5,000 glow-in-the-dark gel balls. I assume that these gel balls are specifically designed to not grow too big and be usable in magazine blasters versus some of the cheaper glow gel balls. And then there's the sights that attach onto the top rail. So let's put everything together. This sight has some pretty crude, large plastic crosshairs in it. Let's attach this up here. I think it should just slide on like that. Yep, so you can adjust that at any point. Then you've got your front sight. And looking through this, I mean, it's usable. It's fine. You can see through it just fine. So you can use it for targeting. So actually not that bad. Put the stock on. So the stock is adjustable in length and it comes off. So you can pull it out to different lengths. Looks like 5 is the max. So, and then you can push it back in. The stock slides on and off the end pretty easily. In the Pulsar Pro, you could remove this and easily access the spring from the back. We'll take a look at this blaster later to see if you can do the same here. The magazine has some UV LEDs integrated into it that are powered off of the motor contacts, so you don't need any extra batteries, which is nice. Versus the Pyro for the splatter ball blaster, you need to add extra batteries to it. So it's got a side loading port, pretty big, and the gel ball release works better than any I've seen so far. It doesn't rack in there and get jammed when you're trying to pull this back to release it, so it should be easier to empty out all the gel balls. There are 2 UV LEDs on both sides for a total of 4 UV LEDs, so they're only at the upper part. it's still going to cause the whole magazine down here to glow, but not as much as if they came all the way down. So you could take some black tape, wrap it around here to make it black it out, make it darker, or spray it with some Plasti Dip to cover it up. Now you might be asking yourself, does the Kratos magazine that has the glow gel feature fit on the Pulsar Pro? And the answer is yes, it fits, so I assume it must fire. It also lights up, so it must work just fine. Comparing the Kratos and the Pulsar Pro, they're actually very similar in size. The Kratos is only slightly shorter than the Pulsar Pro, but I think that the barrel lengths are actually identical. So I'm going to guess that the insides of the Kratos are quite similar to the Pulsar Pro. Okay, so the battery compartment for the Kratos is right here. This is how you put the battery in. You have to get this cable out, which is kind of far down in there, and hook it up, and then maybe put the cable in first. I always hate it how they make these compartments a tight fit. Prefer if they lifted a little bit more space. So safety on, doesn't fire. Let's put the magazine in. Single shot. And then full auto. Sounds like this is going to be a beast like the Pulsar Pro. I like it. So this seems like a very nice blaster, especially for the price. It's solid. It's a toy. It's not meant to be upgraded and repaired. However, it probably has a gearbox inside that uses pretty standard parts similar to Airsoft, so it's very likely they can be upgraded just like the Pulsar Pro can. But overall, it seems like a nice, sturdy blaster, and I'm going to be doing some more testing of this, FPS testing, glow-in-the-dark testing at night, range testing, and show you those results in some future videos, so keep an eye out for those. Also, in another video, I'm going to take it apart, show you what's inside, strip it down all the way down to the gearbox, so that if you ever have any problems with it, you can take it apart and fix it and see how to put it back together. So stay tuned!